Why is it time for guys to stop complexing? Women's thoughts that will surprise you.
Nothing happens if it turns out you're not the smartest person in the room. Accepting that you don't understand something doesn't make you a wuss. But being overly eager to argue with another person turns any guy into an arrogant asshole.
You remind me of a quote, "If you're the smartest person in the room, it means you're in the wrong room."
Being able to admit you don't know something immediately makes you smarter than half the people.
I didn't know that, thank you.
I have some guys I know who are very complex about the fact that they don't grow beards. Honestly, it doesn't matter at all.
I don't know what I'd do without a beard. How else would I hide my face from everyone?
Ugh, I have 2 gaps on my chin line that make any attempts I make to grow a beard look really weird. Not that I want to grow a beard for the sake of looking stylish, although that would be nice too.
To John Wick's beard. Keanu has a bald beard too, but it still looks cool.
Yeah, but that's Keanu. He can do whatever he wants.
I'm sure a lot of guys have come to this thread now to see the answer regarding the size of their dick.
I wouldn't have believed them anyway.
It's the same story as girls' complexes about breast size. None of this makes any sense. My husband married me when I was completely flat-chested and when I looked like a boy. Now I've gotten a little older, had 2 kids. My breasts have gotten bigger, and my husband likes them just as much as he liked my old breasts.
Regarding his thinness,
I've been a very skinny dude in the past, and I can tell you for a fact that if you eat crap, it won't last long. A warning to all the teenage guys who are worried about being skinny. If you can eat anything and not gain weight, there's a huge chance it will end soon.
I love skinny guys. Their skinny little legs drive me crazy.
Man, that's me. I can't gain weight at all. It's gotten to the point where I'm embarrassed to eat when someone else is sitting next to me.
Bro, you gotta show it off. Eat in front of everyone all the time. Let them be jealous that you're not getting fat.
Baldness. So many guys trying to hide their baldness, getting transplants and wearing hats all the time. Hell, just cut the sides short, machine or shave. Most girls find that attractive.
I have a friend who is starting to show the first signs of baldness. He is very relaxed about it. He says that one day he will just shave at 0. His confidence is very attractive. It doesn't really matter what you have on your head. The main thing is confidence.
You don't have to sweat the fact that you like some girly stuff. You can safely order smoothies, watch romantic comedies, and sing in the shower. Contrary to your beliefs, other people don't care about that.
Is singing in the shower something girly? I love singing in the shower, and quite loudly at that. Lol.
I guess it depends on what you're singing. When I'm cleaning, I love to scream some thrash metal. It's hardly what you'd call something girly.
Enjoyed the video? Hit that subscribe button and join our amazing community. Your support means the world to us and keeps the content coming. Thanks for being awesome.
I'm watching a perfect example right now. I'm at a pool party. There are 2 cool, overweight guys who are just standing in the pool, wearing tank tops to hide their bodies from the others. And there's a 3rd heavyweight who's even bigger than the first 2 by about 15 pounds. He's not wearing a tank top, and he's having a fucking great time, playing games with everybody and making fun of everybody. Trust me, girls find this guy much more attractive simply because he's not ashamed of his body and exudes confidence. Do these 3 need to lose weight? Yes, absolutely, as most of us do. But there's no need to be ashamed of it and deprive yourself of fun. Live your life and have fun. It attracts other people. This is purely my opinion. I am a middle-aged woman, and I feel like I have some life experience with these things.
About him being too fast in bed. Sir, I'm flattered.
I don't see what the big deal is. I would never judge someone for something beyond their control. The only thing is, a guy shouldn't think that's the end of the sexual act.
You don't have to be ashamed of your tears.
Crying men are my kryptonite. It makes me want to love them and hug them endlessly.
You've just found your perfect man. I cry into my pillow every night.
It's not that easy, because I've been told my whole life men don't cry, don't be a wimp. I didn't cry for about 10 years, but then my cat died, and that event interrupted my long refusal to cry. It was the only event in 10 years that really drove me. Thankfully, I'm better now.
I know a bunch of guys who are wildly complex about acne. I tell them that everyone has them, and that everyone worries about it, but they usually respond with something like, "At least girls have makeup to cover them up." So I taught some of them how to use foundation to make them feel a little more confident.
About their asses.
Until Captain America walks into the room.
I wish you'd written this 3 months ago when I joined the gym. What am I supposed to do with my fat ass?
Don't be so self-conscious about your body. You don't have to have huge biceps and washboard abs to get a girl to like you.
Oh, thank God.
Patting and soothing his potbelly. which she doesn't have to worry about. I just came here for a second to boost my self-esteem.
My husband told me yesterday that ever since he was laid off, he feels like an inferior man. He's worried he can't support us anymore, but for now, I'm dealing with it on my own. He's looking for a job and has started doing more around the house. To me, he would only be an incomplete man if he dropped everything and started playing video games all day. As long as he's being productive and trying to make things work, I'm happy.
Singing.
I love it when I'm in some cozy pizza place and I can hear the cooks singing in the kitchen. And it doesn't matter that they aren't the best singers in the world. I just love it when people are happy and love to sing.
I'll tell you as a cook, we don't sing because we're happy. We sing because it stops us from going out and strangling another lactose-allergic freak who asked me to make him a special pizza during rush hour when I have 40 orders on the table.
So many sweet lies in this treed.
Height complexes.
I know there's a popular opinion that all guys under 180 centimeters are fucked. But if a girl decides not to date you because of a few missing centimeters, then trust me, she's not worth your time. I'm short myself, but many of my tall girlfriends date guys who are shorter than them. There's nothing wrong with that.
So, here I am, balding, getting fat, future bearded, short in stature, and small in pee.
Danny DeVito, you will always be in our hearts.
You don't have to be afraid to show emotion, especially in a relationship. I know that lots of guys have been told that emotions are something girly, but honestly, when a guy is open about his feelings and doesn't try to suppress them, it makes life better for everyone. When a girl feels like she's the only one with feelings, it becomes hard for her to trust a guy. And guys are often misunderstood because they don't show what they're feeling. Guys just know there is nothing wrong with being emotional. Because of it, you can be honest to the people around you, and more.
I don't know if this one is true or not, but I've heard that a lot of guys are very complex about their hair. A friend of mine told me that he spends 15 minutes every morning styling his hair to make it look more or less okay. To be honest, I don't pay attention to guys' hairstyles at all, unless, of course, they stand out in some way.
I'm a descendant of Native Americans, and my hair is just awful. When it's short, it sticks out in all directions. When it's long, I look like a fucking Mowgli. Girls don't understand me when I complain about my hair, and they always compliment me when I spend an awful lot of time on it.
Above were comments from guys who don't grow beards. Here's the flip side of that. Guys shouldn't feel bad about being too hairy. I love chest hair and see no problem with hair on my back and shoulders. As with everything else, yes, you may run into girls who don't like it, but if a girl is willing to write you off for something physical, something that is out of your control, she's probably not right for you. But despite all of the above, it's important to remember hygiene. If you have a lot of hair, you probably sweat more than others, depending on climate and body temperature. But if you wash regularly and keep yourself clean, you're fine. Edit. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with a hairy back, legs, and everything else either. The only thing is, I might ask a guy to trim his nose hair if it's sticking out, and that's only if it's not disguised by a mustache.
I agree with every word. It makes me sad when I see guys who shave their chests supposedly because girls like it better. Hairy breasts are very attractive. I agree. But if a guy is serious about getting rid of his chest hair, it's better not to shave it off completely so that there is no sharp stubble.
Don't be afraid to appear feminine if you like some cute dog, or if you like to wear pink, or if you are very friendly and smiley. Girls love all of these things, and it really pisses them off when guys get too worked up about masculinity.
1. You don't have to worry too much about money. Yes, women pay attention to the financially successful, but this is only one criterion out of many. If she cares solely about your finances, what happens in a few years when you lose your job, for example? 2. Most girls don't expect you to act macho and show your masculinity all the time. This is all forced on us by society. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you're scared. There's nothing wrong with saying you're depressed. There's nothing wrong with not getting into a fight after any insult directed at you. There's nothing wrong with just being a living person. 3. If you like to play video games and eat pizza on the weekends, no one can blame you for that. There are quite a few girls in the world who are ready to say, "Cool, give me a slice too and a second controller at the same time." 4. If a girl doesn't adhere to your standards, you don't have to adjust to her standards. Relationships should be equal. You should share your lives even if you don't have big plans for each other. If you stop watching your favorite show for her sake, for example, then you start adjusting to her. And that's not worth it. 5. We don't need you to have a pumped up body. It's better to just eat right. A lot of jocks have very unhealthy diets. Also, jocks often force their girls to exhaust themselves by working out. What is pleasing to the eye is not always pleasing to everything else. And not everyone likes big muscles purely in appearance.
A lot of what girls write in this thread is great, of course, but they are just words, beautiful words. The truth is, girls care about the length of your dick and your height. And they actually think it's weird to show emotion. Real life is very different from everything written above.
And girls cannot complex on the same reasons? It is especially fun to imagine the collective image of a man who collected combo on all points.
Yes, I've already imagined this fat, pimply, bald shorty speedster sipping pina colada who cries after depilation, which took all his poverty-stricken salary.
You just imagined it and I'm already here.
Dicks! Why hasn't anyone written about small dicks?
Thank you, friend. Your comment reflects my outrage at this outrage.
Well, let me write it. Men have been different, size doesn't matter. Or rather, do not need a large size, otherwise discomfort.
And the classics, don't worry, even 25 centimeters of penis is enough for any girl.
To all of the above. Whole sock dot in this, there is nothing wrong. If the stomach twists, do not need to run home under a ridiculous pretext. Shit at me. Nothing wrong. Of course, all sorts of meat, but then fuck them.
In general, you should not be complex. The more natural you behave, the more comfortable you and others.
If you are homeless, just buy yourself a house. Enjoyed the video? Hit that subscribe button and join our amazing community. Your support means the world to us and keeps the content coming. Thanks for being awesome.